Hello, everyone. Here we are again. This is how I start every episode. Here we are. Can't believe it.
We've made it another week.
Congratulations and happy Friday.
And happy March.
Oh, yeah. It is March.
This is the third month of the podcast.
That's crazy. The podcast has existed in parts of 3 months now. That's crazy.
It really is insane. And the fact that this will be our 7th episode.
7 is a lucky number. So maybe we'll get 1 million listens.
1 million.
Yeah.
If, that's the bare minimum.
Yeah. If we get 1 million, we'll be breaking even.
Yeah, that's usually what we get. So it'll just be another day.
Anyway, we are back in our semi-original studio.
Yeah.
We've actually only recorded in 2 places, and that's Mally's closet and my apartment.
Yeah. And this is our most used as of now.
Yes, our most frequent.
We're still waiting for a studio, but it'll come soon.
We have to evict someone from a certain setting before we can get a studio. You know who you are.
So if you're listening, get on with it.
Get the dead animals out of our studio.
Oh.
Maybe we'll tell you what that's about on the Instagram if you follow us at Friends in the Wild Pod.
Maybe.
Anyways, we've really just had a terrific, very city girl day.
We really have. So we're recording on Saturday.
We are, which is really fun.
Yeah, it's been super nice. So I came up after work to Laura Grace's apartment last night, and we stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning watching Love is Blind.
We had so much fun. Me and Mally and Colin is Mally's boyfriend. Yeah, that's correct. I could not get that right. We just were talking for a good while, and then we started watching Love is Blind, and it was so fun. I got Mally hooked on Love is Blind.
Yeah, I dozed off at 1 o'clock in the morning. LG asked me one question if I was watching a part, and I was like, no. And then I was just immediately awake. I had just worked a 12-hour shift too. So usually I'm asleep by 10 o'clock. No, I was eyes peeled to the TV till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, Mally brought me a Dutch Bros. That's why I was awake until 4. I was just wired so into Love is Blind. I do want to ask you one question. Who's your favorite couple? Or who's your favorite person?
AD.
Yeah.
Is that how you
Yes.
Yeah, her name.
After the episodes that we watched last night, AD is a saint. I love her.
I know.
She's one of my favorite people from TV in a long time.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's just fun to root
Insanely
for.
gorgeous. Yes, she's awesome.
But
And she kind of overstepped into someone else's business, and usually I hate that, but it was excellent.
She made
Anyway,
it work.
you guys should totally watch Love is Blind.
So also last night we had the wild idea that we were going to do an exercise class this morning, Saturday morning. So
We thought that would be a fun little,
yeah.
productive Saturday morning.
So if you all do not have the app and you live in a larger city area that has exercise classes on the regular class pass, you can do a 28-day free trial, and it's basically you get to go to all these bougie workout classes.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But for 28 days,
Yeah.
you can be a city girl and
Also,
go to all the
it's
exercise.
Definitely, even if you do pay for it, it's definitely way cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, we did that. I had heard about that from, I don't even remember, but I heard about that a long time ago. So we did that and
We
went
went
to Current Cycle in Knoxville, and we thought that would be, casual, fun little morning workout. 5 minutes in, well, first of all, we were late.
Oh, yeah.
And we've never been to I've been to one at UT, but I've never been to one a real one, the real
Right.
studio.
I've never been to a cycling class, so I was nervous to begin with, and we walk in late, and I can hear the music blaring in the room. I was like, great,
We were
here
only,
go.
honestly,
1
60
minute.
seconds late, yeah.
So we go in there, and luckily the shoes snap on pretty with ease. But, don't worry, guys. We're on the very front row.
Yep.
Very front. And there's
Box numbers 1 and 3
yeah,
for some reason.
there's only 20 people there, which is a very small room
Yeah.
with mirrors everywhere, of course, because you need to watch everyone else. So we're about 5 minutes in.
I look down and it's 5:36, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. I
No.
cannot do this.
When he had us standing up on the bikes going, my legs gave out.
Yeah.
I was sitting. I didn't care if Michael beside me was biking the Tour de France beside me.
And
I was
part
sitting.
of the reason that it's so bad is that it's so uncomfortable.
There's
Why do
not
they
a
not get
comfy spot.
why don't they get the comfy box seats to do that? You know, like the wider ones, like the
I don't
cruisers?
know.
Maybe my body is just not meant for that because everyone else seemed comfortable except for us.
Oh, yeah.
We were maybe you just like have to develop some muscles that we don't have down there or something. Some extra tissue.
Those people were going ham too.
They were. They were going insane.
It was not a beginner
They
class.
were going Friends in the Wild. We should have looked at the difficulty level.
Well, I
feel like it was all levels though.
But we didn't come in last. There's like a scoreboard on how everyone does. And we came in like 13th.
Yeah.
And 14th. We were up neck and neck the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
It was miserable. I was pouring sweat.
Yeah. And we didn't know the songs. I think it would have been a lot better if we knew the songs. The only song that we knew was Yes and by Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
And during Yes and, we were like going at it.
Yeah.
We kind of caught our second wind.
That was the first song that I did everything he told me to do.
Yes. And then it finished and I was like, oh, okay. And then back to a song I didn't know. So I was like, you know.
It was like those weirdo workout songs that they have to play so they don't get copy written.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of them weren't. But they have an Eras Tour class that we would love. I think that would be way easier for us because we would not be focused on what we were doing.
Towards the end, I was so happy to see it be over. But I was like, I could keep going if I needed to. But I don't want to.
Maybe the problem is that we missed the warm-up. We missed the 60-second warm-up.
That's so true. And we walk in and he's like, up the hill, we're biking up
we're
the
climbing,
hill.
climbing.
I was like, what hill? This is a stationary bike, buddy.
And luckily he wasn't screaming too much. I don't really respond well to being screamed at. I mean, I don't care to be screamed at. It doesn't really bother me. But like in a workout setting, I'm more like yoga, namaste.
Yeah.
Be nice to me, you know.
At one point he did yell and my ears started to hurt and I was like, okay, that wasn't necessary. So, and when we were walking out, he totally knew it was our first time. He's like, you all did so good. Didn't say that to anyone else.
He was like, the closest to us. He was built though. We maybe should become cyclers because he looked great.
Yeah. Everyone in there really looked great.
Isn't his name Patrick?
His name is Patrick.
Patrick at Current Cycle Knoxville. Hit us up.
Sponsor us.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It was fun though because it's something we've never done together, and it was good to wake up early and get your day started in misery
after our 4 hours of sleep.
So then after that, we had a debrief in the car. We had to just sit.
We went to the bathroom and took the picture that we posted on our Instagram. Another reason to follow us. And as soon as the bathroom door shut, we were like,
yeah.
What did we get ourselves into?
It was like all these bougie women who do this every Monday, Wednesday, honestly, Friday, Saturday.
Yes. I thought that it was like a stay-at-home mom thing. And I don't think of stay-at-home moms as being like super fit. You know, they just do like whatever kind of for fun, you know?
Yeah.
But this was difficult. I have a lot of respect for stay-at-home mom cyclers. Soul Cycle.
If you own a Peloton and are a stay-at-home mom, we respect you.
Surely you can get like a Peloton with a comfier seat. That was awful.
I hope so. But anyways, after that, we went and got brunch at First Watch and just sat and talked about our podcast and our business endeavors.
It was a business lunch. It was a working lunch.
It was so fun too. We haven't got to hang out not doing podcast stuff in a while. So it was just fun to, even though, don't worry, we documented everything we did to put on the podcast Instagram. But it was still fun. We had a good time. It was really fun. Yeah, it felt like last night when we were just talking, especially after Colin went to bed. After Colin left, it was amazing. No, we had like a really good debrief of our lives currently. Yeah, it was really nice. So it was. We can't share everything. There's kind of here, like so much going on in our lives right now. There is. You can't share. These people are like, really? Maybe in the future. You went to a bicycling class. There's not that much going on. No, there kind of is. Kind of a change in time. More to come. It's very dynamic. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the life updates. Anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode because I am so excited for it. So this might be one of my favorite topics that we've done so far. So today we're going to talk about things that are embarrassing that just really shouldn't be. Yeah. Everyone does them. Why is it embarrassing? But there's so many things. It's just like, ugh. This is kind of a thing that people talk about on the internet a lot right now. Yeah.
Not right now. It not really so much anymore, but it was like a thing for a while. People would just list off things that are
Right.
embarrassing for no reason.
For
And a
no.
lot of them are very specific to like high school or
Yeah.
middle school, but some of them are also college specific, and then some are just some unfortunately
Life.
never go away.
It's just life.
If you are an awkward person, like we kind of are sometimes, especially me,
We both are.
you will definitely experience these many more times.
Oh yeah. That's what sucks about it, is just because there you can't get rid of it. It's not
Also,
going anywhere.
if you can hear my stomach, number one, your stomach
That was on my list too.
Is it actually? I was
Yes.
just kidding because my stomach is making so much noise right now.
No, I think that's embarrassing. I struggle when that happens. I like start sweating and I just get so embarrassed.
Really?
I don't know why.
I do have to say, none of these things really embarrass me. I just think they're funny. And like I get the awkwardness of them.
Yeah, it's just like an uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
You're just like, man,
Yes.
I would have rather that not have happened.
But honestly, when you like when you not really take ownership, but when you take a step back and you're like, okay, that's one of the things like that I would put on a list of things that were embarrassing for no reason. It's just funny. Like you
Yeah.
kind of helps you get over like the awkwardness of it.
And if you
You can
think
just laugh.
everyone does this, it happens to everyone.
Definitely.
It just makes it
It's
easier.
really kind of unifying.
Yeah.
We
Come
need
together, everyone.
This is a unifying podcast.
Okay, so you gave one. I'm going to start with another one.
Okay.
This one's very specific for college, but walking with an umbrella is embarrassing. It's just like, because if the wind's blowing too hard, you have the chance of it going inside out.
Yes.
You're like
Umbrellas.
Mary Poppinson over here.
Yes.
You might fly away.
No. When you're walking with an umbrella and the wind's blowing and it turns inside out.
I would rather jump off of a cliff, I think. I'm so
And
sorry.
if like a bunch of people have umbrellas and that happens to one person.
Your umbrella is obviously the inferiority of umbrellas.
Awful.
That's hilarious. There's nothing worse than a windy day with a drizzle that
I do have an update for you. I think this should stay in the podcast. We shouldn't cut it out. Current Cycle reposted our post.
Slay.
We love them. Thanks, Patrick.
Even though I can't feel my legs.
Or the queen
so
working the front desk. She was so sweet.
She joined the class.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're all so fit and perfect.
They really are. I'm so jealous. They would not be able to relate to this podcast.
No.
They never do embarrassing things. Anyway.
Never. Okay, good.
Yeah, carrying an umbrella, 100%.
It's so much.
And that is one that's genuinely for no reason. Like, it's raining, you need an umbrella.
Like, would you rather have wet hair and wet clothes all day or just carry an umbrella?
But, for some reason, I also kind of love carrying an umbrella. Like, I think it's fun and chic.
Yeah.
Très chic. Anyway, you ready for this next one?
Yeah.
Having happy birthday sung to you.
No, I have that one too. What do you do?
It's so long.
So, and
we
everyone's
should cut
staring.
down the happy birthday song.
Yeah, just like the first verse. That's all you need.
Honestly, you can do happy birthday to you,
I'll
happy
just sing it
birthday
again.
to you. Over.
Literally,
Or maybe
you
like
went
the
to the
last part.
climax and just stopped.
You're
right
right.
then.
That would be kind of a cliffhanger. People would be like,
oh,
okay.
to who?
Nobody would notice the and many more on Channel 4 because they wouldn't know it's over. Maybe just the happy birthday, dear. Also at the restaurant I work at, whenever we sing happy birthday, which isn't very often, it's only occasionally, we never remember to ask the person's name.
Oh no.
So we say, happy birthday, dear.
Or you do the God bless you.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
That was my singing debut, guys.
It's yeah. You guys really, you need to tell Miley to sing more. She is the songbird of our generation.
Shut up.
She really
We're
is.
moving on right this second.
My parents also, anytime that they like need someone to sing, they're gonna ask Miley and make her sing in front of people.
They really do.
It's so funny.
I appreciate their confidence in me.
Mm-hmm.
It means a lot. Okay, so the next one is going to be when the flashlight comes on your phone and you don't know it's on. You're like on the phone trying to be so studious, but you're blinding the person sitting next to you and they have a spotlight on them.
This happened to me a couple days ago in Buff City Soap. I was talking to Mally on the phone, and the entire time I was in there talking to her, like, I was also kind of drawing attention to myself. There was, like, no one else in there except me and the girl. But I was drawing attention to myself because I was, like, talking out loud to, like, she only heard, one side of my conversation. And I'm sure she's thinking, this girl's the dumbest person I've ever met. Her flashlight is on. Yeah. It happens to me all the time.
there's one single button on your phone. It's so easy to press.
Seriously. And like with your when you flip your phone over and hold it like this, the meat of your hand is touching that.
Right. And if you have very meaty hands, then your flashlight's gonna
If
be
you
on.
have very meaty hands, you can really relate to this one.
Sorry to you. It's way more embarrassing if you have meaty hands.
Number 3, having meaty hands.
Having sausage fingers. I'm
No,
kidding. That's a joke.
kidding.
Okay, give us
My
some
turn.
more. Yep.
When you're at the grocery store
Oh no.
and someone is standing in front of what you need, so you're like
Oh.
pretending to look for something.
No. I do that all the
And
time.
then they walk away, and then you immediately go get
Yes. And then
Oh.
or when you're just like trying to make it so smooth, but you have to do the long arm reach, and you need like a taco seasoning or something. It's always
Honestly,
just something so small.
several things at the grocery store are embarrassing for no reason. Just the process of going to the grocery store.
Oh, I'm sweating. If I'm in the grocery store, don't worry, I have sweat stains, which I think is embarrassing. Having
Having
sweat
sweat
stains?
stains?
So imagine being at the grocery store, someone's in the way of what you need. You have to reach up because it's on a higher shelf, sweat stains, and they see
You
them.
wear gray a lot too.
Yeah.
You wear heather gray.
Yeah, so that's like a double whammy.
It's like wearing heather gray. Embarrassing.
Shut up. That's not embarrassing. But yes, I totally get that. Because you just don't know what to say.
It's so
And
funny.
they're usually so deep in concentration trying to find what they need. You don't want to interrupt them.
Yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do.
It's really just the worst.
It is. It really is. Okay. Time for this one. This one's kind of 2-in-1. Taking a picture with the sound on, where it's like, and you're not supposed to, like, you're trying to discreetly take a picture, and it's like, you know, the sound. Or you take the picture and you don't know that the flash is on, and you're taking a picture of someone or something, and then the flash just goes off, and you're like, well, I'm
No.
outed now.
It's awful.
Everyone knows I just took a picture.
You're so right.
It's so embarrassing.
I didn't think of that one, but that is a definite.
One app that's terrible for that, Snapchat.
You're like trying to sneak a picture. Me and Mallie were trying to sneak a picture of someone today at first watch. If my flash had been on, which it was the middle of the day, so it kind of would have been fine. But if you're like, I feel like we did this at the Grand Ole Opry when we went and saw Megan Maroney, but I don't remember what we would have been taking a picture of.
Probably just ourselves.
Anyway, the flash was on, and it was just it's really obvious. You know, the flash goes for so long.
Oh yes,
it's like do. You know?
Yeah.
Why does it do that? Why not just one flash?
I know, because then like you kind of get that warning flash. It's like the quick one, and then you like slam
you
your
put it down
phone.
on your leg.
Please don't. Please.
Honestly, having your sound on your phone is kind of just embarrassing.
Yeah.
I personally never have my sound on.
It's like you're typing it.
Yes, the click clack noise. The boy that I spend a lot of time with in my life, always has his sound on, and he's always typing away. Click 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 click.
Turn your ringer off, Grandpa.
Boy, when you're listening to this. Actually, I'll tell him this all the time. He definitely knows that I will bring this up. That's funny.
But yeah,
anyway,
there's nothing
what's
worse
next?
when those things happen.
No, the flash is a great one.
Yeah, because you don't know what to do. And then
Yeah.
everyone knows, like, oh, you were taking a picture of me. So
Mhm.
embarrassing.
Okay, this is a classic. Saying goodbye to someone and then walking the same direction. Like your
Oh.
car is right next to theirs.
Yes. You're just like, well, I guess I'll see you later again.
And then, you just like look over and grin. Look over and grin.
That's honestly terrible.
Especially if you like don't know the person. You know, if you know them, it's like, oh, okay, you're parked over here, whatever. Keep talking. But like, especially if it's like in a business environment, like a professional setting,
like a coworker.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, I did a good job in that conversation, and then you both start walking the same direction.
You're just about to get your peace and your like aloneness back from on your own walk to your own car to be by yourself. But no.
Nope.
You just ended a conversation prematurely, and now you have to walk.
And then it ruins it, and you're going to be thinking about that for the rest of the day.
That's terrible. Speaking of walking in directions, when you're like headed one place and you're using a map on your phone and you realize you have to turn completely around and go back.
Complete U-turn on the sidewalk.
The way you're going.
And you're like looking around. Or thinking about how you're gonna execute the U-turn, you know, if you're, like, by yourself.
Oh, yeah. It's just like, where can I go where no one will see me turn completely around and walk back exactly the way I came?
So, I have to deliver documents a lot at work to like this government building, and I always go to the wrong floor every single time, and there's always people in the elevator with me who get off at that floor, so I always just go to the bathroom and then come back, but that takes the same amount of time as, like, dropping something off and then coming back, so I'd see the same people every time, you know? So we're, like, in
Yeah.
the elevator together twice, but then I kinda just make buddies, but I think that I can't, like, just, like, step off the elevator and then get right back on, you know?
Right.
That's kind of an awkward moment for me always.
Yeah, that would be.
I could just learn where the stuff is.
You would think you would,
Yeah.
if you do it more than one. Okay. This might be my best one. And it's so embarrassing. Okay, this one's the worst. Are you ready? Skid marks.
That is embarrassing for a reason.
No, I've got a reason. When you have to go at someone's home that you're not
Oh.
comfortable at,
Just generally using the bathroom
or
at
just
someone's home to
ever,
start with.
like at a grocery store,
Mhm.
and there's a line of people needing to use the bathroom, and you left your mark on the porcelain.
On the porcelain.
You left
The
it there.
porcelain throne.
What do? You either suck up your pride, walk out and face your fears, you stick your hand in there and try to clean it. I'm just giving all the options. I'm not doing that.
Never one time have I considered that an option.
It is. You could if you're crazy. I'm not doing it.
What's
Or if there's a toilet bowl cleaner,
or you just double
clean it.
flush. You forgot about the double flush
Oh,
option.
sorry. There's so many ways to avoid this, guys.
I feel like double flush should have occurred to you way before sticking your hand in there in the toilet water.
I was saying everyone else can. I'm not doing it. Everyone else
No, she's
can.
just suggesting that you guys should.
And take a picture, video yourself, and tag us. Is that not the worst,
Oh,
though?
man. Especially at someone's house.
Yeah, and if there's someone coming directly into that stall, you have to
Yes.
make eye contact with them as they're walking past you, and you're just like, crap, I know what I did.
Oh.
And they're gonna
Okay.
know what I did.
On that note, when you're using the bathroom in public and someone knocks, what is the right answer? What do you say? Occupied? Someone's in here? Like, I glitch.
No vacancy.
I immediately am glitching, and I'm gonna be stumbling over my words for the
Yeah.
next 15 minutes trying to answer.
Like, oh, I'll just speak. I'm just.
Once again, someone's in here.
You're so right. But
Oh, that's such an awkward moment.
yeah, just honestly, if someone's coming into the bathroom right after you, it's just weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, oh,
They're, like, gonna see what you left. Your leftovers. Your sloppy seconds.
not your toilet sloppy seconds.
Ugh.
Is that not hilarious? I've been so excited to tell you that one because it's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Just having to your
Honestly,
digestive tract is embarrassing.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, everything about waste disposal
Mhm.
in your body is embarrassing, but kind of for why, you know? I get that it's gross and, like, you know, you can get diseases from it. Maybe that's where it stems from. It's just dirty.
Yeah, and it smells.
Yeah.
Ew.
Generally, it's just disgusting. I think we got that right as a species. We should be disgusted by poop and pee.
But it's just that's the thing we have in common the most.
True.
Everyone does it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, guys. That one just yeesh, it's literally the heebie-jeebies is what you get.
Really. It really is.
But if you are like shy of using the potty in public places, you're at an advantage, I think.
I'm not. I don't really
I am.
care about stuff like that. I'm not poop shy.
I am. So, I'm superior. Everyone else should be embarrassed.
No, I don't think so. I live a less stressful life. I can just go anywhere. And I don't care. I don't, like, really care.
Okay, I think we should, move on to the next. We don't really have to go into our habits, our digestive habits.
Mally is poop shy and doesn't like to poop in public places, and I don't care at all. Which really just lines up with the rest of our personalities.
This is very vulnerable. I don't know how I'm gonna
Our
recover.
most vulnerable. We should clickbait it. Our most vulnerable habits.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Using the restroom in public. Anyway, what's next?
You're up.
Okay. Funnily enough, the answering when someone knocks on your bathroom door was the very next one. So after that, I have generally being in breakout rooms on Zoom.
Oh,
This is the worst thing COVID brought us.
yes.
This is a very college specific, or I guess high school, maybe like business meetings too. I don't
Right.
know. But in business meetings, people are probably like willing to speak. In college classes, when you go
Mhm.
into a breakout room, it is 3 minutes before anybody speaks. And then the first person will. I'm always like, okay, we have to answer these questions, blah, blah, blah. And then it takes a solid 15 to 20 seconds for someone else to answer. And a lot of people just sit there, me sometimes, I'll say it, and are not listening at all. Like, they just have it turned on so they'll get the attendance point. And so they're just never going to answer in the breakout rooms. It is just generally the worst college class experience that exists, I think.
No, I totally agree.
It's awful.
And like, grow up. Just if you're doing an assignment, just the sooner you start talking, the sooner it'll be over.
Mhm.
I would rather be silent at the end, knowing we've done what we needed to
And
do.
it is so awkward because you just randomly get put on a phone call and no one has their cameras on. You're just put
No.
on a phone call with 4 random people that you only know their names because they're on their screen.
Right.
You don't know these people at all.
No, you're so right. That is so, and it's just
It's
uncomfortable.
just uncomfortable. Many of these are just uncomfortable.
But I'm still embarrassed, especially if I'm the one who has to like initiate the conversation. I'm
Yes.
just like, well, this makes me look like a tryhard.
Yeah.
When really I just want to leave.
Yep.
I don't want to be here.
You just want to get out of the breakout room ASAP.
Yes.
Anyway,
That's so true.
that one was requested by my brother because he hates breakout rooms.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Your turn.
Nothing worse. So mine would be when you are talking and you accidentally spit food.
Mm-hmm.
Out in the air, even worse on someone you're talking to.
Definitely.
Which can be avoided if you just, don't talk while you're eating or chewing. But it's the worst because you're trying not to and you can't help it. It's
In
just like,
certain settings, it's so embarrassing and you don't want to mention it.
no, you're like, oh, sorry. Wipes the
Especially,
smack off their cheek. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. There's my pepper flake.
no, it's so bad. And there are certain settings, again, like at work, when you're eating, but
Mhm.
also like,
Yeah.
in conversation or like talking about serious things, that you have to like do both. You have to eat
Oh,
lunch,
yeah.
but you also have to be talking. Um, so it's so embarrassing. That is like actually kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Because you're just like, oh, I think the worst of them all is if you spit it in their food.
And everybody sees it. The worst is when you know that everyone around you saw it.
You're just like, oh.
And whenever it happens to someone else, like I just feel for that person.
I'm not eating my
But the
food
thing
if you
is,
spit in it.
it is gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it is. Yeah.
I'm grossed out.
Yeah. So just know if you've ever spit in someone's food, they were disgusted by you and still are. Think about it every day.
Yeah. Don't worry. They hate you.
Okay. Moving right along.
This is an advice on how to overcome these. You should just never talk ever again.
Just so you know,
never
everyone
eat.
else is thinking about it just as often as you are. That is how life works.
Congrats.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay, this one's kind of funny. And this isn't always true, but in certain settings it definitely is. Walking past a group of middle schoolers or preteens.
No, my biggest fear.
They're the meanest people on the face of the earth.
Right. They're so mean.
It's the worst age of human being.
And they're so honest.
Yeah.
They will tell you exactly what's on their mind.
You know how everybody's like all up in arms about the 10-year-olds in Sephora buying Drunk Elephant? Those kids I never want to come in contact with.
No. First
Never.
of all, what are you using this Drunk Elephant on? Because I don't know anything about that, and how do you afford it?
Also, retinol at 10 years old?
Yeah.
Embarrassing. If you're doing that, embarrassing.
Using retinol.
If there's any 10-year-olds listening to us, go play, okay? Go swing.
Get off of your Sephora hauls.
Go play
and
tag. Play Red Rover.
touch some grass. Okay?
Seriously. Stop watching kids play with toys on YouTube and go play with your own toys.
Okay, this might be we're like they're the worst. I'm like, and you need to do this. You're the worst.
No, I'm sure that our kids will be the kids watching kids play with
for sure.
watch other kids play with toys on YouTube. And it's toys that they have.
Yeah. Like I like it better when you do it.
Yeah. Show me how. It's like playing inspiration.
That's
That
true.
is kind of what it is.
Oh, that's kind of so sweet.
It kind of is.
Okay, I've got a good one, and this one I know everyone's gonna relate to. When you're in a crowd, you see someone you know, you wave at them, or someone waves at you, and it turns out they are not waving at
I have
you.
a story about this.
They're waving at someone behind you, but you obviously wave back, and then you can see in your peripheral that someone else waved also,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, oh crap, like they A, didn't care I was here,
Yeah.
B, didn't think enough to
No,
wave at me,
it's awful.
and only 3 people in the room had their hands waving, and I should have not been
I
there.
have one from high school that I will never, ever forget. I was cheering.
Oh no.
I was on the track at a football game cheering. I'm like a freshman, okay? Also, that's the worst age for you to be. The worst age to be around people that are that age is like 10, 11, 12. The worst age for yourself is freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's garbage.
so I'm, have braces and whatever. Actually, I think I might have gotten braces freshman year. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm a freshman in high school, on the track cheering. The student section, of course, everyone in the school, is directly in front of me. The football team, of course, is directly behind me. So, I'm not going to name drop, but she would think this is funny now. If I run into her, I'll tell her this story because I'm sure she doesn't remember it. But I hope she doesn't remember it.
She's like, oh no, I remember it very vividly,
I
actually.
remember that. I've made fun of you ever since. She was waving, down toward me, and I'm like, oh hey, because we were sort of friends. She could have been waving at me. Turn around. She was waving at a football player. The whole student section, and of course, no one really noticed. Of course,
Yeah, it's good because everyone in the student section is looking forward at you, but they can't see who you're looking at.
But I really think you could just tell on my face.
No,
I was mortified. Like, I'm sure my face got blood red.
I just don't know how you react when something. I'm just like, oh, I guess we weren't waving at each other.
Yeah.
That's literally what I say out loud, and then I just feel like no one likes me, and my life is probably over.
And then I'm like, why weren't you waving at me though?
Right, and then I get mad at them.
I was in your line of sight.
Don't worry, I'll never wave at you again. Don't worry.
Added to my list of people I will never be waving at again. But me and Ryan were talking about this. And he was saying the original waiver, never remembers,
That's true.
That the accidental waiver, me in this situation, is going to remember for as long as they live.
Yes, it's burned in your memory.
Original waiver forgets. We hope.
And I think the original waiver kind of gets a little like they feel bad for the accidental.
Yes.
Anytime I do that, I'm like, oh hey, how are you? I still go and talk to the accidental.
You have to now wave at the accidental waiver, but it's really the worst when the original waiver doesn't even notice that you waved.
I don't think that's bad.
I think that's worse. You don't even exist. You're invisible.
True. Yeah. It's so bad they didn't even notice your accidental wave.
Seriously.
You're that irrelevant.
You were so unimportant. Bottom of the barrel,
You're so right. Ew. That's kind of so sad.
I know.
Okay.
Never wave at anyone. You can avoid this by never being friendly.
Yeah.
That's our tip.
Don't talk to anyone.
Survival guide on embarrassing moments. Survival guide on life.
I'll never be embarrassed again.
Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one's funny. When you drop coins and then they roll away, and you have to chase the coins. Usually, me personally, I just let them go. I just let them roll away.
Win some, lose some. I'm losing them.
That coin is gone forever.
The worst though is when it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling, or when you go down to pick it up and you can't get it because it's so flat to the floor and you're just I can't get this up. I'm taking my L and I'm walking away.
I've lost 10 cents and I'm okay with that.
My favorite thing to say is, well, maybe it'll make someone else's day if it's like a penny on
Yes.
heads or something. I'm like, oh, I'll save it for them. It's for them, a gift. I'm just trying to,
It's
brighten
always on
someone's day.
tails. It always stays on
Like,
tails.
great. I would have picked it up, but okay. I've got a good one. Receiving compliments,
Mhm.
especially from people you don't know well,
And it's wonderful.
it makes my day, but I don't know what to say. The worst though is when they're like, "Oh, I really like your shirt," and you want to say, "Oh, I really like your," but you can't think of anything.
Oh, well, not
No,
I'm
it
authentic,
no, you
so I don't
you
have
think
this
of something,
situation.
but you when you listen back in your head, you're just like, "Did I really just say like, oh, I like your socks?" And you can't even see their socks that way. It's just like that's really what I had
I
to
like your
say.
skin tone. Your skin tone. You could get in trouble with that one.
Your skin tone.
I
Just something
like the
that's like
shape of your eyebrows. That would be a real thing, I would say. Sometimes I notice stuff like that about people and I want to say it,
right.
but then I don't want to put them in an embarrassing moment.
Right, you don't wanna embarrass them, so just don't compliment. No, I love giving and it's fun receiving, but it's just so awkward. You're just like, "Oh, thanks so much." And
Yeah.
usually I'm like, if it's clothing, I'll be like, "Oh, I think I got it." This
Yeah, I
they
got
don't
it.
care.
Yeah. But
They
no, I have to say that. It's like
me
an
too.
obligation in my brain to say where I got it from.
They don't care where I
It's
got
like I
it.
have to tell you that I'm not gatekeeping it, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, well, it's been a while, so it's probably not on sale
If
anymore."
you want it, you can probably find it on Amazon, or honestly, you can just buy this one off of me if you really want it. I'll give it to you for discounted
"Actually,
price.
here you go." Take it off my back and I give it to 'em. I'm like, "Now it looks so much better on
I
you."
want to be a person who does stuff like that, you know?
But then they're like, "Oh, I should have never said anything. Why is she still talk It's been 5
What if they're like,
minutes."
actually, I like it for you. I don't really want to take it
It's
home.
really your style, I
It's
would
more like
never.
you. Matches your personality. They just met you.
It's just because 'cause you're so, like, on the spot. You
Mm-hmm.
weren't expecting to be complimented,
Yes.
so it's just a weird transition on how to get away from that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't stop giving compliments, guys,
And
it's fun,
just do your best to be gracious and yeah.
and they're being nice. No, they're uncomfortable too, trying to give a compliment. You have to be bold.
Yep.
So brave.
It's a exercise in vulnerability between both parties. Okay.
Definitely.
Is it my turn?
Mm.
When you're trying to be a kind person
Oh, no.
and you are holding the door for someone, but you realize they're too far away and they have to like run, or if someone's holding the door for you, but you're like a while away and you're like, "Oh, like I have to
I have to
hurry."
put it in high
Yeah,
gear.
they start walking faster and then it still takes like an awkward amount of time, like too long to get there.
Right. And you can't bust in the door running. You have to slow your momentum as soon as you hit the door frame. Because it's gonna look weird if you just run inside of somewhere. They're
Yep.
like, "Oh, what's the hurry?"
Yeah.
No, you're so right. Or if you like, if you're trying to hold it, you realize they're too far and you give up and you just let it go. And then you
I kind of
feel
do
so
that
bad.
at school. Like I'll hold it, just like quickly and look back, like out of my peripheral. Then
Yeah.
if they're too far, I'm dropping it. Sorry, I have
Yeah.
places to
And don't
be.
look back
Yeah,
because you will make
you
eye contact.
can't.
Just let it go.
You can't.
Close the door and don't look back.
Yep. And also just when you're just like the little dance you do when you're walking and then you don't know which way someone's gonna go, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And you like juke each other out
That's
accidentally.
worse, and what's even worse is when you juke the same way, like, 4 times in a row. You're just like, "Okay, stand still. Do not move. I will walk
I do
around
that.
you."
I do that serving so often because everybody's
Yeesh.
just running in circles.
Right. Nobody
Yeah,
knows where they're going.
yeah. But I feel like I'm the only person who does that. I'm sure I'm actually not, but
Okay, this is a classic. When you go to push a pull door,
yeah,
it literally says right there, "Pull," bold. On both sides, it'll say what you need to do, and I'm so stupid, I don't know how to read and just do
yeah.
what it's telling me what to do.
That one is embarrassing because everyone around you is like, "What an idiot! What a complete idiot!" Or even honestly, even if it doesn't have the words on it, like you can see where the hinges are. You can see which
Yeah.
way the door opens.
Yeah. And I do it all the time.
But sometimes it just does not compute in my brain.
It's like people know it's embarrassing, so they write on the door what to do, and you know
Yeah.
what? Let's just normalize automatic doors. Everybody just get automatic
Oh,
doors.
this is so funny. Me and my friend Kennedy. Kennedy's definitely going to listen to this. She loves our podcast. Kennedy, thank you so much for the support.
Thanks,
Me and Kennedy were
Kennedy.
walking out of. This is just funny. We were walking out of Target, and you know how they have automatic doors and then non-automatic doors?
Yeah.
Well, we thought we were walking through the
No.
automatic doors. I mean, we walked up, our noses were almost touching it, and then we both stopped. And then like just pause, look at each other, and then just start dying laughing. It was so funny.
Oh, it's better when you're with someone and you both are in the wrong.
Yes. When you're by yourself and you do these things, it's always way worse.
Being by yourself is embarrassing.
Going places by yourself.
No, seriously, because
I love
sometimes
being by myself, like going, and running errands or whatever by myself.
I like it to a certain degree. The grocery store, I don't like doing that by myself. I will say.
Yeah. I honestly kind of do not like getting groceries at all, but I need to just convince myself that I do, because I'm going to have to do it my whole life. So I might as well just say, I love the grocery store.
Everyone, we love the grocery store.
I can't wait until someone is standing in front of what I need and I have to pretend to look for something else and then weirdly shuffle over there when they leave.
It's my favorite pastime, actually. I love doing
I'm looking
that.
forward to that. Can't wait for next time. Inevitably. Okay, is it my turn?
I think so.
Okay. Oh
no.
I do this one as a server a lot. Just being a server is embarrassing. It's kind of bad when you're a server too. But anytime you're at a table setting, like, sitting at a table with multiple people, especially if you don't know them very well, and you touch them underneath the table, it doesn't matter how big or little of a touch. It is like, and you just make eye contact with the other person, but no one else around you knows. It's weirdly, first of all, it's weirdly intimate. Like, it does not need to be that. Like, it feels like you guys have a secret,
Yeah, like we're engaged to be married.
Exactly.
Just right then and no one else knows. No, you're so right.
You're immediately each other's number one confidant in the world.
The feet. You just accidentally touch their feet. Or the worst. It's when you think you're just touching a rail. So you leave your foot there. No, it's someone else's foot. Neither of you move.
You have been resting your foot up on someone else's calf for 30 minutes.
Calf.
The calf, like the wrapper. You know how sometimes you like wrap your foot around a pole? It's someone else's calf.
You wouldn't know that. You can feel their squishy.
Or if you're kicking, you're like kicking
kicking their shins. They have bruises that I say.
They don't want to be in an awkward situation, so they never tell you.
Oh no. That would be crazy. Kicking them. And they're just like turning red.
No, that's the thing that
you see a tear roll down their cheek.
You're like, oh man, they must have a lot going on.
And they're just like giving you the worst looks. You're like, dang, I feel so bad for them. They're really going through it. No, you're giving them a shin split. Stop. You're evil.
Oh man.
That's hilarious.
You're slowly breaking their bones. Blunt force trauma over and over. Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay. This one, so whenever you're in banter and you're feeling very confident and you have the punchline of all punchlines and you've been not stuttering, you're such a fluent speaker. This happens to me all the time.
Yeah, Mally hates. Nothing will ruin her at least hour, probably day, more than stuttering in a perfect punchline.
And you mispronounce a word or the punchline or stutter. I'm a failure. I just dropped the ball. Now I look stupid.
It becomes completely unfunny.
No, you're the punchline now.
Your perfect punchline is wasted and you can never get that moment back.
No, and I love to deliver a good punchline.
You do.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But then if I stutter, I now am the punchline.
Mm-hmm.
I will be the joke.
You're the laughing stock of the entire world.
I have mispronounced things several times, and there's one that will haunt me till the day that I am 6 feet under. Like, Grace, do you know what I'm talking about?
Joe DiMaggio?
No,
DiMaggio?
I didn't care about that one because I didn't know.
I also I corrected you and still said it wrong. I think it's DiMaggio.
That's even more embarrassing
DiMaggio.
for you.
Yeah, that is embarrassing.
But do you know the one that I'm talking about?
Is it Architect?
Yes.
She said, I want to tell the story. I
Thank
have this
you.
in my notes list on my phone. This was like maybe the first note. I mean, I said notes list in my quotes list on my notes in my phone. This is maybe the first quote that I have because it was so iconic at the time. Mallie said, maybe I want to be an architect when I grow up. And everyone around her at the lunch table, we were in the commons at our high school,
Bullied me.
said, architect? Are you serious? And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about architecture. She doubled down on the architect.
Don't put a CH in it. I'm sorry if you don't want me to.
It should be a K. You're so right.
It's not me. It's them.
It's the originator of the word.
So, and you bring that up so
I actually
often.
haven't brought it up in probably like a year. It's been a while. But before that, I brought it up a lot. Before this most recent time, when actually you brought it up.
I know, but I figured it was happening soon anyways. It would probably happen this episode. So, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do it myself.
I really haven't brought that up in a while, but I did used to talk about it all the time because I thought it was so funny.
You would think that I'm the dumbest person alive if you heard all my friends. Everyone talks about it.
I know. I don't know why that one sticks out so much. Well, I guess because you doubled down on it.
Yeah.
You were trying to make it better. Oh, I was thinking of architecture.
Well.
Oh, hilarious.
Anyways, guys,
That's a classic.
There's nothing worse. Or when you don't realize, like I did. I didn't realize I was in the wrong, and I tried to save my honey and made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
There's no coming back. It's been what, 8 years?
That was probably freshman year, yeah.
Yes, and I'm still in recovery.
This was the year 2016. We're now in the year 2024. Still talking about it.
Yeah, so your life is over if this happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. But
Give
you're not
up
alone.
on all your dreams. It's all over.
You're not alone. How many more do you have?
I could stop at any time, but I have a couple.
Okay, I have maybe like 2 more.
Okay. All right. This one is really like sort of niche, and if you don't have siblings, you probably won't be able to relate to this, but this one I cackled because it is so true. And this was especially during COVID. When you're doing like a YouTube workout in your room, like Chloe Ting ab workout, and someone walks in. And that's really for no reason because you're just trying to better yourself. You're just trying to do a little workout.
No, I'm gonna lay on the floor like a dead animal.
And then you like move and try to like seem like you weren't doing it. It's mortifying. And it's mortifying to be like, even though it's someone that you've literally known your whole life, like your siblings or your parents, it's like, it's just so embarrassing.
Like, oh,
to be like
so
trying to get a 6-pack or something, you know?
It's so embarrassing being healthy,
And
guys.
then the video will be called like, do this workout twice a day for 7 days and you'll have a 6-pack, you know?
And you're so dedicated. You're just trying your hardest.
You'll put in those 7 days.
Chloe Ting is just there to help you.
Yes. Oh, and that's like, it's more embarrassing than it needs to be, you know?
Yeah. Like, that should not be embarrassing at all.
Maybe a little just because, like, you're in your room. I don't know. Like,
no, I agree.
You're, like, trying to be your best self, you know? And then your siblings are obviously going to make fun of you.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
What else are they there for?
I'm really not sure.
Okay. Just wrapping it up with some of my last ones. Reading out loud, especially in class.
See, I loved that. I loved to read out loud.
Well, for someone who has a fear of stuttering, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Your palms get sweaty. Also have bad vision, so I'm holding the book like 5 inches from my face just to make sure I'm not missing a line or anything. It's just all around the worst.
Or if you got called on to read and you didn't know where you were, that was awful.
You're like, oh, what page? And the teacher's glaring at you like, oh, really?
In like elementary school, you would have to pull a card if you didn't know exactly where we were.
Right.
You know? That's kind of crazy.
That's where my embarrassment
Are you going to
from.
do rapid fire for the rest?
Oh, I just have one more. Whenever you've been listening to music in the car, you unplug your phone.
Yes.
You get out, you're walking in, and you know you're in a good mood. You were just listening to music in the car. It makes you happy. And then your fatty, beefy hand hits the play button, and your song starts playing.
You know what?
And it's even worse when it's like a little song you are embarrassed to be listening to. Like Boys a Lie or something. Like
Or Happy by Pharrell.
songs that are embarrassing to listen to.
The Phineas and Ferb theme song. That would be
Thunder
me.
by Imagine Dragons. Just like you're walking, it's like thunder, feel the thunder, boom, boom, boom. You're just like, oh, sorry
Oh man,
guys.
Riptide.
Oh.
Riptide kind of goes hard, but it's embarrassing.
It
And
is
for what?
embarrassing.
Like, imagine pulling up to someone like at a red light and they're just blaring Riptide.
Or if it's like
It's hilarious.
you're walking into a calm environment and then there's like Nicki Minaj blaring super
Honestly,
bass,
or
and
if
you're
it's
just
like
oh.
Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. That one has got
Yeah.
into the embarrassing category.
Yeah.
It's just such a radio song. Like, so,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
And also, whenever you like get out of your car or you like pull up into a parking lot and you've been like talking on the phone or something and then realize that everyone around you, like there's people around your car, they could hear everything. Like if they
Right.
could hear the entire phone conversation.
That is embarrassing. 'Cause then you're so into it too, and you're just like,
Yes.
"La, da, 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 da,"
Yeah.
and they're like, okay,
You
turn
do
the
not
volume
need to know
down.
that much. Or also when you're in a grocery store and someone's talking on the phone, like in their AirPods, and you
Oh,
think they're talking to you.
and you're like,
And
I
you're
don't
like,
know what I should make for dinner tonight. They're talking to their wives, and you're just like, oh, we're having tacos, and they're like
you're like, okay,
side eyeing you.
interesting that you
Nothing
would
more.
share that with me, stranger in the grocery store.
Congratulations.
Okay. These are a few quick ones. Being new at a job.
The worst.
Just and everyone's experienced that if you've ever
Yeah.
had a job and you're not like 16. It's not as bad when like everyone's new, you know?
Right.
Like at the pool, lifeguards. That's not as
Yeah.
bad. But if you like come into an established workplace
Yes.
like you're doing and like I have done recently, it's so embarrassed. Like everything you do and you just don't know like the dynamics.
Right.
Yeah. It's awful and it's so uncomfortable.
The entire time.
Mhm. But luckily, there's almost always some nice people who will like
Yeah,
make it a little
definitely.
softer
But it's
for
still
you.
terrible.
Definitely. It's just so uncomfy. Okay, next. Your windshield wiper speed.
I said this, and my parents told me I was stupid.
No, definitely.
I'm so embarrassed if mine are faster than everyone else's.
You're
like-
constantly like self-conscious of it.
I'm like, oh, I'm so overdramatic. I need to just calm down. This is just anxiety.
This is a sprinkle and I'm on setting 4.
Yeah, I'm so overdramatic.
Also though, my car only has like once every 15 seconds and then constant. And I
Yeah,
hate
mine
that.
is too.
Honda, put in a middle setting.
Like every
3
I don't
seconds,
know,
5
yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, you're so right. It's not us, it's Honda.
It's absolutely Honda.
That's not on us. Can't help that.
Okay, next. This is hilarious. Watching a kissing scene with your parents. Or any like adults, you know.
I want to crawl in a hole and die.
It's especially if you chose the movie.
Yeah. And you've
you're
seen
like,
it before.
You're like, oh, I love this movie.
It's like, oh.
And you like have to, well, you don't have to, but you know, you kind of pretend like,
You're like, oh, I forgot this was in there.
yeah. Or you're like,
Well, what
everybody
are
look
they
away. Like,
doing?
this is ridiculous.
I've never seen this. Mom, what is this?
What are
Making
they
it
doing
worse.
with their mouth?
No.
Oh, it's awful. That is like a very common one, I think. This is my last one, and it's really not that bad, but it just depends on how windy it is that day. Spreading a towel at the beach.
It's
And
2-person job
You
every
just
day.
you can't do it
No.
by yourself if it's windy.
You like go
And then you
to
have sand everywhere.
throw it out in front of you, the wind pushes it in your face.
Or when you pick your towel up and the wind's blowing really hard and
Oh.
all the sand blows on the people next to you.
And they're just angry.
And that hurts
Yeah.
when sand blows on you.
Yeah. You're so right. That one is terrible. I'm just like, I'll just sit on the sand. You know what? It's fine. My
I
towel
do
will stay in my
not need a
bag.
towel. Oh gosh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Anymore.
No, I think
I think we covered a bunch.
yeah, and I'm sure there's some major ones that are so obvious that
Yeah.
we forgot. So send in all your embarrassing things
Yes.
that should not be. But I was so excited. I think this has been
Me
so
too.
fun because everyone can relate, you know.
Whenever I was thinking of these, I would like think of one and absolutely crack
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Me and Jana, my roommate, were sitting here talking about it, and we were absolutely dying laughing. It was hilarious. This is just a funny topic.
Yeah, because everyone probably has a story to tell
Yes,
about
it's so relatable.
every single one of them.
Yeah.
But this was really fun, and I hope that everyone enjoyed listening, and hopefully none of these things happen to you this week.
Mhm.
Avoid being embarrassed at all costs, guys. Just stay in your homes, okay? Don't
Also,
go out.
I do want to give you guys a teaser. We're throwing around the idea of doing a spring break bonus episode next week.
On a Wednesday.
So if you like the sound of that, I don't know,
Tell
message us
us.
on Instagram
Yeah. Just
or
tell us.
wherever. Just let us know.
Call us up.
So we'll probably
Right.
be giving you guys a bonus. How
You're
about
welcome.
that?
You're
Wednesdays and
welcome.
Fridays.
So, yeah, guys, thank you all so much for listening this week. We hope that you all have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you next Friday or Wednesday for more to come. Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.